Hey, everybody. Well, I noticed something at the Diamond League today. Well, you probably be watching this way in the future. But just to let you guys know, at the Diamond League, they really didn't cover a profile of Shericka Jackson too much. They focused more on Richardson, which in a sense makes sense because she's bringing a lot of numbers with her. But at the same time, you got an Olympic bronze medalist here in the field. And yeah, and Dina Asher Smith, she didn't get covered too much either. But we're going to cover Shericka Jackson here. So I know when I was hearing it at first, I heard it in Spanish, so it was okay. But then when I heard the English commentary, it had me looking like this. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Really? Y'all not really mentioning that at all? But then they also had a time frame. This meet had a whole bunch of Olympians with in the field too, so it makes sense. But when they did that introduction for Richardson and everything, I'm like, well, here's the thing everybody every meet is gonna have that. So while it had me looking like this too, we about to get in here. Let's just chill out, relax, because we got the answers on this one. Not like Kanye West and Sway, but we got the answers over here. So let's go here. Let's go here. So Shericka Jackson, I know this might not be a comprehensive list on her, but I at least with the World Athletics and some of the commentary that I'm going to provide, at least we can have a much better commentary than the people over there. And the reason why I got this picture of Richardson on the screen is not to talk about Richardson. It's a very appropriate one because I'm like, yo, y'all gonna introduce the bronze medalist, or you just gonna be like, all right, on to the next one? Like, really? You got the bronze medalist in the field. But anyway, enough harping on that. Shericka Jackson, obviously, you see her age on the screen, 27 years old. Uh, Here she is, Olympic gold medalist, Olympic silver medalist, Olympic bronze medalist 3 times, and 2 times World Championships gold medalist. Now, we're about to go into details about everything that she's gotten, but here is something that I want to say. Here's something that I want to say. You ever considered that she might be like an Allyson Felix except for Jamaica? And I mean, she could be like, no, did no, Merlene didn't have that range. So she's able to run from the 100 to the 400, right? So she's able to do the Felix. And I think she might have missed a rare opportunity where she could place in the 100, the 200, the 4x1, and the 4x4. That may never happen again. Even at the next Olympics, there's no guarantee that she can get a medal in the next Olympics. And in the relay, you got to depend on other people. And you know that Jamaica doesn't typically have good 400 runners like that, like coming out of the woodworks like the United States. So it kind of depends on the year. Now, there are athletes that have come up this year. They were all running pretty quickly. So that was pretty good, right? But I mean, let's say that she does make it to the final in the 200. Does she medal in the final this time around? And so many people said she was sacrificed. I don't think that was a sacrifice. If it was, then she wouldn't have shown up. I think that was done by accident. That was not on purpose. She was over there, and this face is kind of appropriate where she's kind of looking like feeling kind of bad. She makes the funniest faces. If y'all search, she got some funny faces on there, even more than other athletes. But okay, so with a PR in 100 against a headwind. Now she's matched this a couple times with a tailwind, but a 1076 against a headwind. So needless to say, she's probably about a 1074 without that. But we're gonna go by what's already on paper, legal. So a 1076, a 200 with a 2182, very, very quick, right? A 400 of sub 50. I think she might be no. There's somebody else that's got a better combination. I think the world record holder in the 400 actually has a better combination of 200, 100, and 400 speed. But she's right up there in good company with the 100-meter speed. She's faster than Allyson Felix over the 100, but she's slower than her over the 2 and the 4. But like I said, she's able to run both the 4x1 and the 4x4. Now, this is going to be a big thing coming in the future. If she can hold her form and improve as she's going against stiff competition in the next couple of years, she might actually be able to compete with her, right? Compete with the legend of Allyson Felix. Felix happens to be in a nation where, 400 runners are coming out the roost. You can get your 400 hurdlers to come over. And I don't know, the U.S. just knows how to make good 400 runners. Here's Lena Irby. She's a 400 runner. She was on a mixed 4x4. And we all know what happened there, where she was, like she said, she was given a bad instruction. Although I still think she should have known better, as well as other people like her coach. So it just happens. But here, let's look at her progression. Then we get into her honors. Look, Shericka Jackson went from a 12:09, and that was when I think she was at the U18 championships too, in 2011. Then she wasn't really running there to the 100 at all because her coach had her doing other things, the 2 and the 4. All right, so we're going to have more progression. We're going to start in 2011 as well, right? A 23:32, okay? Then she's gotten it all the way down here to 21:82. Now, look, I was catching people and I called it, and I'm glad at the some of the first videos I had here saying that Shericka Jackson is going to be a threat in the 100. And I mean, she is. Given any other year and the women didn't have the improvements that they had this year, or it was just any other year, she would be able to make a threat at a win. And actually, no, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price typically runs faster in the final, except for her first one. But like I said, given another year, she might have even gotten a silver medal. Give it a world championship year, and sometimes they are slower, and then give her this 10:76, and she's a little bit closer, she might have been able to have a chance to win. So, like I said, she's a very fierce competitor, and I noticed this when I started to see, okay, this was before she even broke 11, right? I'm like, okay, she's got an 11 here and 11 here. Looks like she's starting to do, 100s. And look, the 4x1, okay? The 4x1. When I started to see the coach put her back in 4x1s here, look, there's no accident when you have an athlete that typically is known for the 400 start to do 4x1s and is good at it. Come on now. They put her on the 4x1 as an anchor. I don't think they would have put her when they still have other athletes that are there. They would have thought that Jackson would have been the best person on there since Elaine Thompson-Herah wasn't on that relay. So just think about it for a second. Just think about that and ponder it. That's how I came to my conclusion that this year she was going to do something special in the 100. And it turns out I was correct. So this is how we can start finding and scouting out other people, because I remember specifically seeing her in 2018 do 2 4x1s. And that's no accident there. That's not an accident at all. So especially with so many years in between. But look, the 10:76, the 21:82 here. And this is the first year she's broken 22 seconds. So that's great. And then in the 400, now she's not going to run her best 400. She's gotten a 52:01, and I think she did a 50 point on her leg at the on the 4x4 relay at Tokyo. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she did a 50 point something. It could have been a 51 low, but that was still good enough to get a bronze medal in that 4x4. So that was pretty good. Congratulations to her. But she also has the ability to go 49:47. I wonder how much it hurts her to focus more on that. And I wonder if she does this 100, she starts to incorporate more 400 meters training again. I wonder how fast she could run the 400. This will be very interesting to see if she goes back to specializing in the 4 or something of that nature. What do you guys think about that one? That's my first question. Now, the 4x400 meter relay. I feel kind of mixed about this because, well, actually the 4x1. I feel mixed about this. And let's look here. Let's look at her honors. I'll go into the mixed stuff later. Let's look at her honors. We'll start here. Back in 2011, where it all started. Well, you guys would have known that it's all started at the champs, but where it all started at the U18 World Championships back in 2011. All right, let's bring it back. She was part of the sprint medley relay right here, and they got a gold. And she got what? A bronze in the 200 with a 23.62. All right, that was in France. Cool. Now we go to the World U20 Championships where she goes strength to strength, and then she finishes second as part of the quartet on the 4x400 meter relay. That was in Barcelona, Spain. And then unfortunately, she was only able to secure an eighth place. That would have been last in the final with a 23.53. Now that's still good. She made the final. She improved upon her PR by just about almost a tenth of a second, but that wasn't good enough in the moving up in those fields. Then we come through. Where was that at on my notes? Oh, and don't forget, she's been multiple time national champion Jamaica, right? And okay, for some of you guys that are wondering why I'm covering this, it's an appreciation one. You know, if people don't, and if the athlete themselves aren't really outspoken to do, let's say, good marketing to themselves, because you know some people are soft spoken, kind of like Elaine Thompson Hero. The Jamaican women are in general a little bit more soft spoken than anything when you really think about it. And if you get soft-spoken people and they're not marketing themselves, you are going to get somebody that's with a louder mouth get more media attention. So we are the media. So I'm going to cover Shericka Jackson and other athletes. Let me put one on the screen that I'm going to cover here. We're going to cover Brianna Williams. All right, that's coming up. We're going to cover Nugent. That's going to be coming up. Kambunji, not the older one, the younger sister that does the hurdles. We're going to cover all types of people, just like I covered Tiana Daniels. So you guys sit back, stay tuned, and check that out. But she's multiple times national champ in the 400 and the 200. This was an off year in the 200, and I think that was the Commonwealth Games. Yeah, oh yeah, here it is. She finished second at the Commonwealth Games in 2018 with the 22.18. And I believe that was her PR at the time. And so, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Here it is. Oh, wait a minute. That was earlier in the year. Her PR is 22.05 that year, where she went and won a Diamond League. She's won Diamond Leagues in the 200 and the 400. Pan American Game champion, right, in 2019. So she went to the Pan American Games. Man, look, I would be angry if I had to face somebody that's an Olympian and an Olympic medalist and a world championship medalist. I'm like, look, Pan American Games supposed to be for the B rank athletes, not the A rank athletes. If you got a medal, don't show up here. I remember Shelly Ann Fraser Price ran at the the Pan American Games too. I'm like, come on now, I'll be mad lined up with him. I'm still trying to win, but still, the NACAC championship, she's a champion in the 200, second as part of that quartet in the 4x1. Now, here's the biggest thing: Continental Cup. Oh, the Continental Cup. This is cool. This is one you put on and you say, hey, this is the Americas. So that means the USA, Jamaica, the other Caribbean islands, South America could put down their rivalries and all compete for the same continents. You got the Europe, Asia Pacific, I think it is. And then you got Africa, and then you got America. So that's North and South America coming together, and then they all represent their own teams trying to score points. So she finished fourth with a 22.62. That is one of my favorite ones. And they got that coming next year. It's an even year, every 4 years. So I'm definitely going to be covering that. The World Relays, first in the 4x2, second in the 4x4, second in the or third in the 4x2. And that was in 2019. Now, World Championships. Let's get it. Here's the good part. Here's the good part for Shericka Jackson. Let's put her up on the screen. She's looking over here. She's waiting. She's like, wait a minute. What is he about to say? Now, look at this. Okay, let's start in 2015. So she finished third in the open four with a 49.99 in Beijing 2015. All right. Bronze medalist. Congratulations, right? But also, this was very interesting because she was part of the crew, and I didn't McPherson anchor that one though, but she was part of the crew that won, and the USA actually faded to second. That was surprising. Jamaica actually was able to take down the USA in Beijing 2015 with the 3:19:13. Not a slouch time at all in the 4x4. And so congratulations to Team Jamaica and Shericka Jackson as being part of that quartet in 2015. Now we move on to 2017 in London. Unfortunately, she got fifth. She didn't get to medal in London in the 400. So that wasn't too good there. But going to Doha, the year to Doha in 2019, she got another bronze medal in the open four. She improved upon her time 49:47, which is still her PR. Okay. Then she was part of the quartet. Actually, I think this came first. She was part of the quartet and they won. All right. She anchored the 4x1. This should have been an eye opener to a lot of people to say, wait a minute, this 400 run is coming down to the 100. That should have been a sign of the future. I was paying attention and I said, oh, she's going to be big in the 100. People were doubting it. Now, these were some buddies of mine or whatever. People were doubting it and some other casual track people. But now we see it's planned out. You can see this stuff coming ahead of time. If you see other quote unquote 400 runners and they do that, look at Fred Curley. They start coming down and they start doing good things in the 100. I mean, Usain Bolt showed the prototype. And so now other people are seeing it. Allyson Felix had come down. Now, she wasn't as good in the 100. And this is where the point is. She's got range. She was able to compete in the 4x1. She was able to compete in the 4x4. And they got a bronze medal there. She was able to compete in the open four. But then here comes the Olympics. First in Rio, where she got a third in that Olympics. Remember, Shanae Miller-Uibo, she finished in first. Allyson Felix finished in second. And you know, everybody, well, there's a lot of people that love to hate Shanae Miller-Uibo, another great Caribbean runner. All right, from the Bahamas. But hey, look, she came back and she showed y'all what for. She's a two-time 400-meter Olympic champion. I might do a profile on her. But here she is. She got a bronze medal against two greats, Allyson Felix and Shanae Miller-Uibo, which was the champion. And then in that same Rio, she did a 4x4. They finished silver behind the USA. So here you go, right? Now, here we come to this year. And this is where I just thought that she kind of really just messed up. She just messed up. She just messed up. And I thought this was a rare opportunity. I don't know if this will ever come again. And a lot of people said she would have been tired and everything. And she's really the workhorse of the Jamaican team. She is the workhorse of the Jamaican team. I think I found my title. It might be Enter Shericka Jackson, workhorse of Team Jamaica or something like that. Or here is Shericka Jackson. I don't know. But she is really the workhorse, just like Allyson Felix is for the USA. She just isn't as good in the 100. And that's the unfortunate thing. But she qualified for the 100. The 200. I'm just trying to highlight the 200, not the 4x2, but just the 200 in there. And the 400. And she ran on the 4x1, the 4x4, and the 100 and the 200, even though she held back a little bit too much. Here it is. A lot of people called her Caxon. They were like, okay, she's not Jackson anymore. She's Caxon. And she was not running that well. And unfortunately, she didn't make it out. So there it is. And I don't think that was done on purpose, because most people would fake a false start. They would not show up or whatever. That wasn't done on purpose. That was a blunder. I'm sure she wanted to compete in all of them. If for nothing else, that would have been the first woman to do something like that. Just think about it. The first woman able to medal in each one of these. Now, that would have been legendary in itself. Hopefully, she has a chance at the next Olympic Games. Now, and the reason why I'm even saying that she could be in the conversation with Allyson Felix, obviously, Allyson Felix has been talented at an earlier age, more talented at an earlier age. She used to hold the U20 world record for the 200. And then obviously 3 times champion at the world championships in the 200. So she's been talented earlier on. But when it comes to the comparison of Allyson Felix, she's better than her in the 100. Here she is. She got a bronze medal. Allyson Felix was never able to medal. And then, like I said, if Jackson can hold this to one more Olympics, that says something about her. Then, wait a minute. because these Olympics, they don't even organize it by the year. They just kind of, I guess, organize it by medal count. Here, 4x4, bronze this year. Fortunately, she was able to secure a medal in the 4x4 as part of that quartet. And then here we go. The 4x1, obviously, she's part of the quartet that set a national record here as well. And so when you get something like that, that is talent. Shericka Jackson could have been covered a little bit better at the Diamond League, but I also understand they were pushing the camera, then going to the next one, pushing the camera, going to the next person. But I just wanted to cover her here, just like I cover other athletes. You guys have probably watched this one, but if I do one on Fred Curley again, it's gonna be cricket silent. So I do cover other athletes. For people that are here and they're like, wow, he just seems to cover Jamaicans. I got a large Jamaican following, and quite frankly, some people just don't follow the other athletes. I'm doing my job in covering athletes. It's up to you guys to search the actual channel to see that, because a lot of times you guys leave comments like, oh, you didn't cover this person, and I did cover them. So, and then, or I got their video recorded and I haven't posted it yet. So yeah, that's Shericka Jackson. What do you guys think? Do you got anything else to say about her? Do you see her at the champs and how she performed there? Are you looking forward to what she could do in the future? Obviously, if you're seeing this in the future, this was recorded in 2021, as you can see from the results here. This is September, what, 3rd, 2021. So if you're seeing this in the future, let us know if she actually did do the what is that, quadruple, because a treble is a triple. That's when you get 3 events, but she could have gotten 4: the 1, the 2, the 4x1, and the 4x4. If she can get, not even having to win all of those, but if she can get a medal in each one, now she's in the conversation of some of the greatest. Okay, all right. Now, like I said, I'm going to cover Williams on the future one and other athletes. So I'll catch you all on the next one. You've been watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Peace.